Most new business owners treat their LLC bank account like a personal checking account. You want a coffee at Starbucks? You swipe the business card. But doing that shatters the legal barrier meant to protect you. This barrier is called the corporate veil, and it is the strict legal boundary that shields your personal assets from business-related lawsuits. When you pay your personal rent or buy groceries directly out of the business account, you are co-mingling funds. Legally, you are proving to the court that the business isn't actually a separate entity at all. If that veil is pierced, your limited liability protection disappears. A lawsuit against your company now puts your personal house, your car, and your savings on the table, and invites a full audit from the IRS. To keep that legal protection intact, you need two things immediately: an employer identification number, or EIN, and a dedicated, strictly separate business bank account. Once those are set up, you pay yourself using an owner's draw. You aren't swiping the business card for personal use. You are executing a formal cash transfer from the business account into your personal checking account. You have to think of your business as a completely separate person. You don't just reach in and take their money. They issue you a distribution. By enforcing that strict one-way flow of cash, you maintain the rigid boundary between you and your company. The IRS stays happy, and your personal assets stay insulated from business liabilities. But keeping the accounts separated only solves the legal liability. It leaves you wide open to a recurring financial drain, the self-employment tax. By default, the IRS classifies your LLC as a pass-through entity. That means you aren't taxed strictly on what you transfer to yourself through an owner's draw. You are taxed on every single dollar of profit the business generates. This diagram represents your total business profit. Before you even look at federal or state income taxes, a 15.3% self-employment tax is drained right off the top. In 2026, that penalty applies all the way up to an income cap of roughly $184,500. And here is the catch. You owe that tax even if you leave the cash sitting untouched inside the business account to fund future operations. While a separate bank account builds a wall against lawsuits, the default pass-through structure ensures that nearly 15 cents of every dollar of profit is diverted away from the business before it can be reinvested. Once your business starts netting between $50,000 and $100,000 a year, you can lower this tax bill by asking the IRS to tax you as an S-Corp. This animated path shows exactly how the S-Corp election works. Instead of leaving your income in one giant, highly taxed pile, you split your profit into two distinct financial streams. The first stream is your W-2 wage. You pay yourself a reasonable salary as an employee of your own company, and that 15.3% self-employment tax only applies to this specific portion. The remainder of your profit flows down the second stream as a dividend distribution. This cash travels straight to you, and it is exempt from the 15.3% tax. You do have to play by the rules. The salary you set must be reasonable for the actual work you do. If you're a neurosurgeon pulling in 7 figures, but you set your salary at $30,000 to avoid taxes, the IRS will likely flag the discrepancy. Adjusting your filing status this way results in a lower tax liability, which often keeps an extra $15,000 in your pocket every year. The strategy is reinforced by the 2026 legislative updates. The One Big Beautiful Bill introduced specific provisions designed to benefit small business owners. Look at this chart representing 100% of your business profit. The 20% qualified business income deduction is now permanent. That means you can carve off a full fifth of your profit and deduct it right off the top, before you even calculate your income tax. Then there's the return of 100% bonus depreciation. If you buy assets like a work truck or production equipment in 2026, you can write off the entire purchase cost in year 1, bringing your taxable profit down even further. These combined deductions can lower your taxable profit so significantly that if you're in the early stages of growth, the S-Corp election may not be necessary to reach a low tax bracket. To manage these rules without creating cash flow issues, you can follow a simple operational framework. We call it the 30-3 rule. First, the 30. You set aside 30% of every dollar of profit into a separate, untouched savings account dedicated exclusively to your upcoming tax bill. Next, the 3. You keep 3 months operating cash inside your primary business account at all times. This acts as a buffer so that a single slow month doesn't threaten the business. By respecting the corporate veil, using a formal owner's draw, Electing the right tax status, utilizing the new deductions, you secure your personal assets and more of your business's earnings.